The teachings of Siddhartha Gautama, known as the Buddha, have resonated through centuries, offering a profound pathway to understanding the nature of existence and achieving deep, lasting peace. Central to these teachings are the practices of Vipassana meditation and the goal of nirvana. This essay explores the interconnections between the Buddha's life, the practice of Vipassana, and the concept of nirvana, revealing how these elements form a coherent path towards spiritual enlightenment. The Odyssey of the Prince surpassed the limits of his own existence, turning into a timeless tale that would inspire countless generations. His story stood as a testament to the human spirit, driven by passion and guided by the wisdom of inclusivity. As his narrative echoed through history, it carried a message of hope and enlightenment for all those seeking to comprehend life's intricacies. The timeless message of hope embedded in the Buddha's journey resonated with people from all walks of life. It spoke to humanity's capacity to transcend challenges and explore deeper truths beyond surface-level reality. The tale of the Buddha served as a reminder that pursuing knowledge and embarking on an inner transformation were noble pursuits capable of bringing profound insights and liberation from suffering. The story of the Buddha begins with his life as a prince, Siddhartha Gautama, who lived around the 5th century BCE. Despite his luxurious upbringing, Siddhartha was moved by the suffering he saw around him. This led him to renounce his royal life and seek understanding and a solution to suffering. After years of rigorous ascetic practices, he realized that neither extreme indulgence nor severe asceticism was effective. Instead, he discovered the middle way, a balanced approach to spiritual practice that eventually led him to enlightenment under the Bodhi tree. At the heart of his enlightenment was the profound insight into the nature of suffering, its causes, and how it could be overcome. This insight was crystallized into what are known as the Four Noble Truths. Central to these truths is the understanding that life inherently involves suffering, that this suffering is caused by attachment and desire, and that there is a way to overcome these through the Eightfold Path, which leads to the cessation of suffering and the achievement of nirvana. Vipassana, the practice of insight. The practice of non-discrimination is the essence of Vipassana. It involved a systematic approach to understanding his own mind by not giving value to thoughts, feelings, and emotions. Gautama carefully examined the layers of his consciousness, delving into the experiences, thoughts, and emotions that kept him trapped in the cycle of suffering. Through observation and introspection, he made an incredibly profound discovery. It was a scientific breakthrough, the realization that suffering arises from our constant tendency to differentiate between pleasant and unpleasant experiences. This process of discrimination lies at the heart of suffering, perpetuating an endless cycle of attachment and aversion. Gautama's understanding was grounded in scientific terms. He recognized that through its cognitive processes, the human mind had constructed a world full of suffering. The solution lay in deconstructing this self-created reality. Nirvana, the ultimate freedom. After years of unwavering determination, the prince found himself standing at the edge of his aspiration, the experience of enlightenment, the cessation of suffering. It was a long-awaited moment that propelled him through the intricacies of obstacles and the trials within himself. The enlightenment was not an abstract idea. It represented a state of pure happiness and understanding that went beyond the confines of ordinary existence. As he entered this realm, the prince felt an overwhelming sense of tranquility and liberation. It was as if a heavy burden had been lifted off his shoulders, allowing him to fully embrace the beauty of the universe. In this state of enlightenment, the prince finally grasped a truth that had eluded him for so long. True happiness did not come from amassing material pleasures or pursuing desires. Instead, genuine happiness emerged from liberation itself, the freedom from suffering. This realization shook him to his core. He filled his heart with boundless joy. In that moment of nirvana, the prince comprehended that he had accomplished what he had sought for years. The solution to ending suffering was not found in pursuing desires or accumulating pleasures, but in freeing himself from attachments and ego. This truth would forever shape his life as well as those who would follow in his footsteps. Finally, the prince returned to his home, where everything originated from staying there until his final breath. The moment of nirvana marked the culmination of a journey for the prince, a journey characterized by complexity, passion, and an unwavering dedication to understanding existence. He had discovered the mysteries that had evaded humanity for ages, and his tale would serve as a timeless reminder that the pursuit of enlightenment's a worthwhile journey. Filled with gratitude in his heart and guided by the wisdom of non-discrimination, the prince wholeheartedly embraced his state of being. He had arrived at his place in Nirvana's ultimate realm, fully aware that he would forever be transformed.